Hey guys, it's your humble servant Saru with another episode of the BEP podcast. Go figure. And I actually have a plan for this vlog. Yes. I made like a fist, like yeah, but you can't see it, so. I'm not even gonna lie, I'm stalling right now for a very specific reason. I promised you guys a change in my podcast. Some of you may have guessed it, but I told no one. Because I'm a thug, and I ain't going back to jail. Just kidding. But really, I decided to change things up, and I'm worried about yep, you didn't guess it, because I have given you nothing to work with, thumbnail for this video, specifically. I really hate to make another intro-like short, but I got stuff to talk about, and I think I've waited long enough. And boom! Heh. I'm going with the video-ness of podcasting, which is funny, because I thought the podcasting was the audio equivalent of vlogging. But I looked it up, so let's just get through this part. Yeah, I just want to get it over with. I originally wanted to do it this way, but I needed a little money, but I lost that money, which I'm ticked by. But when I got the Audacity program, thank you, Professor C, for recommending it, I found my podcast as an option in replacement for the vlogging. But I totally missed the obvious. Don't want to talk about it. Anyhow, I believe that the campaign needed someone to put themselves out there to talk to you, the audience, directly. Someone charismatic, confident, and dare I say, whimsical. I have that last part. So that's the story behind all this, and the reason why I wanted to do the vloggy podcast thingamajigger. But now that we're rid of these tacos, today is when we get serious. Cue the thought-provoking music. Okay, now that we're done with that, down to business. As the last video stated, this podcast will be revolving around the Save Case Closed campaign, a campaign intending to finish its objective, completing, if you will, its objective to bring back an awesome anime, back into the States. But that's only half of it. Here are the facts. July 14th, 2011, a man who goes by the name of Professor C started a podcast. This podcast talks about the history of Case Closed and what we can do to save it, and keeps us updated on all things SCC. But what us fans can do to help this campaign is to simply find the strength to take our hands in. Okay, but seriously guys, the only way we're going to get this anime back is if we not only buy the season sets, buying the movies, if we do that and continue to support the campaign truly, this might actually be possible. Just might. Now, by truly support the show, I mean there are some people who do things that not only does nothing to help us get a season 6 dubbed, but actually hurts the show's chance of ever getting one. Some aren't aware, some don't even care. I'm not really sure how they can call themselves fans if they... If you are uneducated, I highly suggest going over to the Case Closed podcast over at Save Case Closed's channel, linked down in the schmoogly boogly. That's a description. It'll also be like somewhere right there. Link annotation. No, technology. That's what I call it. Technology. Okay, let's step into the not truly supporting part. I'm mainly talking about the people who watch it for free. Best example is YouTube. Now, when this movement started, first, started a year ago, a little over a year ago, every episode could be found on YouTube. And that was just a huge problem. I mean, heck, even I watched it on YouTube before learning about all this. The problem with it being free is that Funimation, with any company that has a brain, wants to make a profit off of whatever they're promoting or creating, rather, which, might I add, does shine a light on one of the more darker sides of both companies in general or websites like YouTube, even. But that's how it goes, and Funimation plus YouTube are pretty decent companies. Point is, if sales go up and we can get things to fall into the right place, with a little luck, I'm just kidding. I don't believe in luck. But seriously, if we can do that, we might just get a season 6 dubbed. Might. And let me tell you, I've seen season 6 with subtitles, English subtitles, and let me tell you, it's well worth it. Well worth it. And I'll prove that, actually, but that's later. After this podcast, I'll be working on that. Alright, on to the next subject. That would be our partners. Since this campaign got started, it's brought on some pretty cool people, I gotta say. And the movement has also spawned some pretty inspiring notes to play for all this. We have Professor C, center pillar of information. My thanks for starting all this. His show, the Case Closed podcast, has the history of Case Closed, and pretty much every episode tells you how to help save it. And his later podcast, the Case Closed Live, bringing our little professor to give you the straight answers because it's a question show. Duh, guys, duh. And then there's Subtitle Leaf Blade 87, whom I like to call Tay, was the first with a question show, both serious and fan, noble contribution, and of course discussing and addressing the things that may be going on here in the movement. His show is called The Follow Up Podcast. Check out his channel, link up in the corner, and the schmoop. All links will be. And then there were those unboxings done by Full Metal X117, which I thought was a pretty cool idea. There are 5 seasons, which means 5 videos. Go check that out. Oh, and he did get a double feature. Filmed a double feature for movies 1 and 2. That's 1 video, 2 movies. And see what you're getting upon delivery and such, eh? And let's not forget DBZ Hakusho 2011, who's done AMVs for all the season sets and 1 trailer for the entire series. And I'm told by him that he's gonna make some All Kids Out of the Pool bumper promos. Congrats, DBZ. And he's just an all-around good guy. I'm just kidding. He's a horrible, horrible devil child. And of course, our biggest partner. I think it's safe to say that we wouldn't be this far without them. All Kids Out of the Pool. Now, while they're in hiatus right now, temporarily, Renzo, the runner of the website, as well as the Case Closed website, the Save Case Closed website, he said he'd have it up and running as soon as possible, but he doesn't know when that will be. But he better soon, because I loves me the classic Adult Swim. And the official promo was on the stream too for Save Case Closed. I thought that was pretty awesome. Let's see, who am I missing? Well, as far as YouTube goes, the only other people I would mention is Website Gamers, Miss Sweetheart Chick, and Eat Drink Anime 2. Website Gamers uploaded the Case Closed podcast on his channel for a time. I don't know if he's doing it now. I don't think he is. I'm not sure. But with his following, I think that brought us some fans. the Miss Sweetheart chick. Well, she made some picks for the Case Closed podcast. That the ones you see on the Case Closed podcast, they look excellent, by the way. And lastly, Eat Drink Anime 2 or 3, if her account doesn't get, if it does get deleted again. Let's see. I'm just giving her a shout out. But she makes AMVs that includes Case Closed. Ones actually I think that's the only kind she does, where I'm guessing on occasion she will do. She did a Trigun one, which was very good. I'll have to cut this out if it's wrong. So check her out. Last note here I want to address is why we want the sales for the movies to go up instead of the season sets, because in the earlier episodes of Case Closed podcast, the follow podcast, and even my old podcast, was the message there was don't bother with the movies. That's basically what we said. Uh, Now, buy the season sets. I'm not saying anything crazy, like, don't buy them, you know. But it has been a while since we've had a release of any kind regarding Case Closed, and it's far more possible to get a movie dubbed than a whole season, much less the rest of Case Closed, if you know how many episodes there are. uh, and I think we'll prove that when we do the Fandub. With all that being said, though, if we can spark a movie, maybe that'll bring some old fans back to the table and take on some new ones. Think about it. About everything. Okay, that's our show for today. Tune in, I hope, next week, where I'll be talking about another subject I should probably be talking about. Good night, everybody. Oh, hey, where are you going? Just because I have my ending note said does not mean I'm done. Duh. Duh, audience. Duh. I just realized that as I'm writing the script and as I'm talking right now that I'm kind of addressing the subjects that need to be discussed, but I don't really have an order or a plan. So if you want to send me some suggestions, things I should be talking about, just inbox me right here on YouTube, leave a comment, or even tweet me. I'm at ArrowMonkeyShot. Pretty sure I can put a name right here if you didn't hear me, but all links will be forever in the Schmoogly Boogly, the description. And yes, I will call the description Schmoogly Boogly, or Schmoog if I'm being lazy, so ha! I'm not gonna stop. For all you easily annoyed people. Yeah, bye.